masculinity or penis insecurity. Not that I know anything about that last one. The motto of every book for women is, "You are perfect just the way you are." The motto of every book for men is, "Do better." I'm not here to defend men. Honestly, we're sort of the worst. Though I'm not sure women are any better. The flaw isn't with one gender, but with humanity in general. Maybe we should let bonobos take over the earth. What I am here to do is to figure out what it means to be a man. It seems that in modern times, manhood is mostly defined by what it's not. A good man is not like other men. What are other men like? Nobody can agree, but the opposite of good is bad, so draw your own conclusions. Even when it comes to positive qualities, it's dangerous to assign them specifically to men. If I say men are brave, that implies that women aren't. Yet if I say both men and women are brave, I'm not talking about gender at all. In short, this entire book is a semantic trap that will probably end my writing career. But I already cashed the advance check, so I'm writing it anyway. If you're looking for an excuse to be offended, this is your lucky day. I'm going to navigate this rhetorical minefield via the safest path possible by focusing exclusively on myself. My raging narcissism might save me yet. What follows is a series of stories, essays, and rants about how I've come to define manhood in my own life, most of them centered on my family since I know none of them will ever listen to this. There are two kinds of chapters: narrative, where I tell a story I wanted to tell anyway and then shoehorn in a lesson on manhood to make my publisher happy, and reflective, where I address a more general concept of manhood without a long story to anchor it. The narrative chapters all begin with a simple declarative statement about manhood. A man is, while reflective chapters have less uniform starts, making their intros as chaotic as the rest of my thoughts. Be warned, there's also one chapter where I convey actual human emotion. I won't make that mistake again. I would have preferred that the entire book be narrative, but my life didn't generate enough interesting stories. I blame my parents for taking good care of me. Everyone knows the worst childhoods make for the best memoirs. Often, the lessons on manhood in this book conflict with each other. That's okay. My definition of manhood is constantly evolving as I grow older and wiser. Also, it's hard to edit a book this long for consistency. Let's pretend any contradictions are intentional. The experiences that shape my ideas about manhood are drastically different from the experiences of a Himalayan goat herder or a Japanese businessman or an Eastern European mafia enforcer with a massive Disney memorabilia collection he has to keep hidden from the other mob guys so they don't change his nickname from the Iron Hammer to Mouse Humper. Dimitri, your secret is safe with me. It's impossible to give a universal definition of manhood that applies to every time, race, class, orientation, and place. I don't even fit the generic stereotype many people have for a 30-something straight white guy in America. I can't fix anything, I'm not into spectator sports, and I've never once left the toilet seat up. By distancing myself from traditional manly values, I'm not trying to set myself up as a good person. Nothing could be further from the truth. I'm selfish, sarcastic, and more than willing to watch the world burn, or at least be crushed by a tree. But I'm not a bad person because I'm a man. I'm a bad person because I'm me. It's also important to understand what this book isn't: an explanation, examination, or apology for the worst behaviors attributed to men. I don't even apologize for the things I do wrong. I'm not going to say I'm sorry on behalf of guys I've never met. This book also isn't an instruction manual. You shouldn't need a book to tell you not to steal or rape or kill. Actually, there's already a book like that, and it's been a bestseller since, like, the beginning of time. I keep waiting for God to drop a sequel. The stories I tell in this book are as I remember them, but with most of the names changed because I don't feel like being sued. Science has proven that human memory is unreliable, so I can confidently say that every anecdote I tell is wrong. But everyone else's memories are also wrong, which means no one can credibly contradict me. When it comes to the past, we're all accidental liars, but my lies are better because I took the time to write them down. If you find yourself in one of these stories and you're sure it happened differently, assume I'm not being dishonest on purpose. Probably. As for that cinder block building, a real man would have gone back and volunteered to help rebuild it. After all, what good is a fresh paint job on a pile of rubble? But we never went back. If a tree falls on your Eagle Scout project, are you still an Eagle Scout? As it turns out, yes. The project met the minimum service hour requirements, even if our impact didn't last as long as the trees. A man knows that done is done, even if it's only for an hour or two. Lingering evidence. A man follows the law. Only 2 groups of students were kicked out of their school-owned apartments at my Catholic college during my senior